What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to buy a domain name like example.com, although I'm very sure that one is taken by now. And I'll buy one through HostGator so I can walk you through it. There are a lot of different places to buy a domain name and they all get the job done. HostGator is very reliable, as I'm sure you've heard of it. They host over 8 million domains, so they kind of know what they're doing. It's hard to find the exact absolute best price because there are a lot of different factors, what add-on services you include, if you're paying monthly or yearly or 3 years up front, etc. But I do have a promo code that will give you 65% off and a free domain for a year, so that will ensure you're getting a good price. And I'll put a link to that in the description, and I'll be using it in this video as well. So first of all, you'll see that you can register a domain. This is where you can buy just a domain, but you want to do hosting because you want to buy the domain and have a place to host your website as well. So you shared hosting here. So at the time of this recording, they already have a sale going on. But you'll see the hatchling plan or the baby plan. And these are the best for beginners here, or small websites. So they contain basically the exact same thing, except the baby plan will have unlimited websites. So if you're sure you're going to do just one website, then the hatchling plan is fine. But if you think there's a chance that you might do more than one, then the baby plan is probably the way to go. So I'll go with the baby plan. And then they'll ask you to pick your domain, and you'll quickly see if it's available or not. I'm going to go with shredflanders.com. Pick the ending here. And you see it is available, and it is available for the free 1 year. There's this domain privacy protection. It's $14.95 a year, so it's not much at all, and very important. You definitely want that. Anyone can type a command in their terminal to say who is and then the name of your domain. And if you don't have that privacy protection, it'll just let them see your name and address and all of that. So yeah, you definitely want the privacy protection. So then we have choose a hosting plan. It's the baby package type that we chose earlier. Billing cycle every 3 years, so you get a big discount on that. Whereas if you do it every month, it'll be $11.95 a month, and there'll be some additional services that we'll be adding on as well. So it might be a bigger amount if you do the 3 years up front, but it'll definitely be cheaper in the long run for sure. And most people, if they create a website, it usually sticks around for a very long time, so definitely something to consider. I'm just going to do 1 month because I'll probably do a few tutorials with this, and then I might be cutting it off, so let's do that for now. Because I'll actually do a follow-up video where we put the files on the server and make sure your website's coming up at the domain. A lot of people just show you how to buy a domain and then it's like, okay, you're on your own. So next you'll want to create your HostGator account, put in your email address. Then you'll enter in your billing info. And here there are some additional services you can add on. So the first one is for an SSL certificate. But one of the things listed on those baby and hatchling plans is a free SSL certificate. So you're already getting one when you sign up with hosting. This one is an upgraded version that comes with a $10,000 warranty, which I personally think you won't ever need, and many others tend to agree. You can probably save your money here, but you can also, of course, do whatever you'd like. The next one is SiteLock Essentials. This will help protect your site from malware and malicious attacks. Unfortunately, in this day and age, I think this is something that we need to take more seriously rather than less seriously. It might be worth a few extra bucks if it'll help. This can help keep your site from being blacklisted too, which can be a pain. I've had some clients have issues with their site on certain public networks, like airports, because it was blacklisted, when there was really no good reason for it to be blacklisted in the first place. Get professional email. I believe you're already getting an email through your domain, but Google Workspace would be a nicer version. Probably not necessary though. And back up your hard work. Usually the code that makes up your site is backed up by different version control software, and you can revert back to different versions. You can also set up backups of any data that you might be storing on your site for free, so I'd probably skip this one too. And improve your search ranking and increase website visitors. If you're worried about this, you're probably already doing the right steps in the creation of your site. Just following the basic rules of creating a website actually already helps a lot. Semantic HTML structure, making the website accessible, etc. If you want further insights about what users are doing on your site, you can hook up Google Analytics for free. You can probably find out how to do it through a YouTube video, wink wink, nudge nudge, except I can't actually nudge you. Anyway. Moving on to the coupon section. So that promo code I was talking about, just type in TechCheck65. And again, that'll give you up to 65% off and a free domain for a year. Click validate. So the 24/7, 365 support, that's a great thing about HostGator. You can call them literally anytime. I had to use it once a long time ago. I forget what the issue even was, but I remember I got to talk to a person and it went very well, very smoothly, and I was very impressed. So the domain registration would have been $18, but now it's only $5. The 1 month baby plan would have been $11.95, but now it's $8.96. So it would have been $44, but is now $28. And you'll of course read the terms of service and cancellation policy and acknowledge receipt of the privacy notice. And then you can click checkout now. Just going to prove that I'm a person real quick by clicking on random pictures of palm trees. I really hope I get this right. Recording a video on YouTube, this would be embarrassing. Nailed it. So they'll set up your account. Might take a minute. We'll have this survey here, which you're welcome to submit or skip. So again, I'll make another video about how to make sure your site comes up at the domain, but I'll show you around real quick. So you'll have your file manager here. This is where you can upload files onto your server. So you'll see you'll have a default HTML. Oh yeah, if you double click, it doesn't open it, it just downloads it. So you want to select it, you can go to edit. They warn you that you should back up this file just in case. If encodings are not important to you because you will only be working with English or other Western languages, you can disable this dialog by clicking here. So here's the default HTML, which you'll probably replace this with the index HTML. So yeah, you'd have your index.html, whatever. If you have like about pages, CSS files, JavaScript files, you can put them all and this public HTML. You can go to upload here. I'll go over more of that in the other video. The other thing I wanted to show you was this launch cPanel. This is how you can set up your domain and manage your DNS records, point them to a certain server, set up a CNAME record, etc. If you go down to the zone editor here. So you can click manage and see all of your DNS records. You can just add an A record, add a CNAME record. So a common one is to go from www.shredflanders.com and have that point instead to, because the www is the subdomain, and some people don't like the way that looks as much. So if someone goes to this, they can redirect it basically to Shred Flanders without the subdomain. So you might set this as an A record that points to the IP address of the server, and then set this up. But again, I'll get more into that in the other video. We can go to our website, see if it has propagated yet. And we see that it has. You can also go to dnschecker.org and check out the propagation process. So if you enter in your website, shredflanders.com, and we see that it is propagated throughout the world. Shred Flanders is live. Now I just need to create a website and put it on there, and I'll do that in the next video. Okay, so I hope that helped you out. I remember I was pretty intimidated when I bought my first domain, so hope that helped. Stay tuned for the next video for setting everything up. Don't forget that TechCheck65 promo code, and thank you very much for watching. I will catch you in the next one.